Alrighty, we're continuing our adventures here on Chaos Island now. Spider. Whoa! Whoa! That's gotta hurt. Yep, back on Chaos Island. Shinobi. I don't think it's necessary to clear them all. I just had to unlock them. Fortress. I think it was quite a surprise. But then again, though, with Knuckles around, it's kind of a fun time. Oh, what do you know? I landed right near a section where I can meet up with Tails. Yeah, I did remember seeing that. Hatsu! Oh dear. Hatsu! Oh, why that? Well, no thanks to Fortress that dragged me here into this hot spring. Now, where is that particular boss I'm looking for? There's gotta be a way to reach that island over there. Oh, that was close. Then again, maybe not. I can hear the Coco nearby. Hey, that's... Squid. Why am I not surprised? Miss me. Ouch. Eat this! There seem to be 4 more bosses here. Well, keep in mind that I'm only doing this for the achievements, so technically speaking, I don't need to clear them. I honestly don't know about that one. Another spider. Alrighty, itsy bitsy spider, come and get me. God, I hate that song though. You mean moldy butt? Whoa! Whoa! Ugh, don't remind me of Umbridge. Hit! Wild Rush! Homing shot. Only 3 more to go. Never believed the word she would say. Excavator. I'll carve you up with a cross slash if I have to. Eat this! Homing shot. Oh, great. Another squid. But how am I going to reach this one? Hey, calamari! I'm not done with you up there. Too bright. Ow! Oh, now you're gonna regret that. Bring it! Quit running away, squid head! I'm just trying to catch up. Hit! There! I could go for some calamari right now. I just got one more guardian left. Another fortress. Great. Ow! Better track it down. Ouch. Gotta catch up to it. Gotcha! Hit there! And that's the end of that. All the bosses are done. All that's left now is to interact with Tails and handle the fishing. I'm getting there too. The whole point is to divulge in the history of this place. So far we found out much about from Kronos and Ares. Now Chaos is next. Of course. You yourself can change.
そいつの言う通り、僕は全然変わってないんだって気づいて。
気にするな。
Oh,
その気
Tails.
味悪いサイバーコピーはお前の活躍を知らないだろ。俺はずっと見てきたぜ。お前は成長してるし、これからだって成長し続けるさ。
There's one thing I know about you, Tails. You had your own adventures, and you moved your way through them without my help. Let alone Sonic's help. So, why feel so self-conscious about that? Sooner or later, buddy, you're gonna have to eventually face your own adventures. Sage.
よう、俺たちそろそろ助け合ってもいいんじゃない
How
か。
about some info to
無理だよ。
digress?
あなたの目的は理解できないから。
俺だって君の目的が何なのかわからない。ただ君が寂しそうに見えるんだ。
He has a
だから
point right there.
心を開いて分かり合おうぜ。君は演算が好きなことは分かったけど、本当はそれだけじゃないだろう。
演算が全て。それに私にはドクターがいる。それだけでいいの。
There's been many times about that, but it makes it miraculous, you know? If you really need proof, whip up a miracle by the end of it, and you'll see. That's a lot of foreshadowing there for Sonic. And yeah, I do recall about forces. But keep in mind though, that this is when he thought he lost his how should I say, his mentor and brother. Tails looked up to Sonic a great deal, considering the fact that it was Sonic himself whom inspired Tails' spirit today. But sooner or later, the young Fox Boy is going to have to eventually realize it himself. I'm really getting tired of that robot. Back at you! It's also worth mentioning that Sage did mention that these guys, well, our friends for that matter, they're trapped between dimensions. They can exist here in reality, but they're also trapped in cyberspace.
せいでどのくらい高いかわからないけど、
これ以上高いとエンジン
Any higher and we'd risk Angel Island bumping in.
住んだり作業するには
Pretty harsh for anyone to be living up here.
古代人には高いところに来る理由があったんだろうね。環境を見る限り居住エリアではないと思う。なんだか軍事的な前線基地みたいな。
先制攻撃の場所か。確かにあの砲台が飾りとは思えない。一体どんな敵に備えていたんだろうな。
We already know that answer. Something unimaginable. The Koko are indeed spirits of the ancients, aren't they?
だとしたら
後悔のせいでさまよっている魂にいくつも出会ったぜ。時には彼らが前へ進むのを助けてやるんだ。
本当だ。
どれだけ長い年月彼らは耐えたんだろうね。彼らを助けるために俺たちはここに呼ばれたのか。
Interesting theories there.
君も同じ境遇かもしれないって感じるからさ。もしそうなら俺が助けてやるぜ。
I doubt that's the case. Sage is no spirit, that's for sure. Yahoo!
Cheyenne あなたの勝率は不可能からありえないに更新。
俺のやる気を誘う勝率だな。
I agree.
やっぱり古代人が作ったものだよね。
本当。
あれだけパワフルな巨神だ。古代人は清掃の兵器として作ったのか。
巨神は最後に切り札。
I would have to digress about that. Just taking a quick look. I'm back. Well, our next stop now is, you guessed it, fishing time. Well, keep in mind of this. Sage is using energy and power in order to essentially form a physical appearance, so to speak.
いやーソニックも釣りするかい？釣り竿は僕の貸してあげるよ。
Hey, it's a crab. Hey, that's an anglerfish. Be careful with that mouth, people. That chomper can really bite your fingers off. Oh, what's inside this one? Hey, nice! Hey, it's a salmon. I will in time. Relax. Hey, it's a tadpole. If I remember, tadpoles are basically the young of frogs. Is that what I think it is? A snapping turtle? Better be careful of those guys. Snapping turtles have powerful jaws. Well, what do you know? A pufferfish. Now, even I know for a fact these guys do inflate when they get disturbed. Please be careful with their spines. They are poison after all. And don't forget to mention that eating them is also dangerous, despite the fact it's a common delicacy in Japan. You need to be a master chef certified in order to cook it. And the dish is called fugu, but I wouldn't dare try it. A slab? It's an ancient tablet. Fair point in that. A log? Well, this is a classic example when you find logs in water. They're otherwise known as deadheads, and they're dangerous for boats. The reason? Well, you gotta be careful. Unless you want to sink your boat. I wonder what's inside. All species of pufferfish are poisonous. Wouldn't you believe that? Yeah, a clownfish. Now, as to how they inflate themselves, wouldn't you believe it that they inflate themselves with water up to 4 times their size? They're not excellent swimmers, but their sudden ballooning can help protect themselves and the predator that is about to eat them. A scroll. Hey, what do you know? A flounder. They're basically flatfish. They typically are bottom dwellers, but don't be fooled by some flounders though. Some of them carry carry poisons. Whoa! An oarfish! If I remember these guys, these are deep sea fish. However, according to modern rumors, whenever you see one, it usually means an omen's about to happen on the land. That's because, unfortunately for us, we don't know how they do so, but they can predict earthquakes the moment they come up to the surface. The problem for them is they're used to the high pressure environment in the deep sea. So if you see an oarfish suddenly coming up to the surface, there may be an underwater earthquake. An acorn? I wonder where our favorite Ice Age squirrel is at. If I remember his name, Scrat. Another scroll. Hey, a starfish! Well, wouldn't you believe it that starfish, they don't exactly swim, but they use their tube feet in order to move around the ocean floor. And believe it or not, the classic 5-armed starfish, that's what we know so far in every iteration of it. But didn't you know that there are starfish that have multiple arms? Also, technically they're not supposed to be called starfish. They're called sea stars. But some of them can be dangerous, like the crown of thorns starfish. Hey, a black bass! I do remember that back in Wario World, yeah, you had to use the pile driver on the snowman so that way you could attack its weak spot. But actual anglerfish, do be careful with them, will you? They have a nasty bite force. Whoa! An alligator! I'd be very careful though. Despite the fact they may be smaller than crocodiles, don't underestimate their bite force. They could literally tear off your arm. Hey, a sunfish! Oh, I know about Patrick Star from SpongeBob SquarePants. But hey, believe it or not though, that's how most starfish like to hang around. Wow! A Nishiki koi. That particular fish has a very long life. If I remember correctly, there was one in Japan that lived over a century. These guys are very hardy and they live for quite a long time. Oops. I wonder what's inside this one. Hey, it's an item box. Haven't seen those guys in a long time since our, how should I say, past adventures. the classic adventures, I would say. It's a spring. Those yellow ones tend to have a mid-bounce range. The red ones have a stronger bounce. Whoa, it's a hammerhead shark! I think this one in question might be the smaller version of the hammerheads. The smaller cousins of the hammerhead shark. Yes, there are smaller hammerhead sharks, but don't underestimate them. Even the smaller ones can pack a nasty bite. But their hammerhead allows them to have extra sensory perception in the water, which in turn allows them to catch prey more easily. An octopus. Hey, it's another hammerhead, but a polka dot spotted one. I think these guys are native around the Pacific Ocean, around the western shores of the United States or the eastern shores across Japan maybe, or even around in the lower Asian area, like in Indonesia. The Asian islands, basically. Hey, it's a black starfish. These guys are expert in camouflage. They can easily blend into the rocks in the seawater. I wonder what's inside. Hey, it's a stingray. If you look carefully at its tail, it has that barb right there. Typically, stingrays, they don't like to bother us, but if you accidentally step on them, they will use that barb to shake off whatever it is that's trapping them. But be careful with that barb though, it really hurts. Otherwise, well, stingrays, they tend to act like the puppies of the sea, as they're called. You ever seen a stingray suddenly jump out of the ocean and fly up for a bit? There you have it. What do you know? A flashy anglerfish. Those flashy anglerfish, they use their, how should I say it, their bioluminescent bulbs hanging on their anglers, hence the name, to basically distract prey into luring it into its trap. Once the prey gets up close, it immediately snaps its jaw right up to it, trapping it. And in some cases for the smaller anglerfish, they would literally swallow their prey whole. So be very careful with those guys. They really have sharp jaws. Hey, a loach! Yep, it's a freshwater fish. Now, those guys that grow over 240 pounds, if I remember correctly, those are alligator snapping turtles, the largest of the snapping turtles, and they can live over a century. Better be careful of those guys though. Even though they prefer vegetables to eat, they have a powerful snapping jaw. Flounders are not only freshwater fish, but they're also saltwater ones too. I'd say I enjoy a nice round of fishing with Big. Funny thing about alligators and crocodiles, they do have the ability to slow their metabolism whenever the winter comes in. And when the water flash freezes, their metabolism is so slow that they're practically dormant, sleeping in the water. Yes, those are the deep sea ones. The deep sea anglers, those are huge. But the ones you'll find up near the surface, they're pretty small. About roughly the size of a human adult hand. But be careful. Even though those guys are small, don't underestimate their jaws. Now, keep in mind that stingrays, they say they're maybe related to sharks, but that's nothing alike. The only reason they say that is because they need to keep moving in order for them to breathe. You see, when these stingrays swim, they're able to breathe thanks to the water moving into their gills. They can't breathe without moving. Ah, the flying fish. You'll see a huge school of these guys flying about whenever they break the surface. While it's useful for them to flee from predators of the sea, it will not protect them when they're flying up in the air. The air is no territory for these fish. A Rosetta Stone? Huh. Handy. Oh, do be careful with these moray eels. These guys, they have a nasty temper. Well, to point it out about Vector, he may be a saltwater crocodile or a Nile crocodile species. Keep in mind though that crocodiles, they do have the ability to swim between fresh and salt water, hence the name saltwater crocodiles. You better be careful with them though. These guys are apex predators and they will not hesitate to eat humans. So keep your distance if you see one.
Sonic も釣りするかい？釣り竿は僕の。
I wonder how many seeds I'm going to keep gathering until my power and defense are maxed out, or my ring count is. Whew! Talk about an overfill.
ソニックも釣りするかい？釣り竿は僕の貸してあげるよ。
いいよ。If I remember correctly about Vector being a green crocodile, it's the coloring you see among saltwater crocodiles or even the Nile crocodiles. It's no surprise about that one. Let's see how much power he gives me. No thanks. Let's see now. Go for rings, and I'm finally maxed up. How about speed? Do be careful with moray eels, would you kindly? They're no joke. Well, time for me to clean up Urano before tackling the big one. But first things first, I'm gonna have to take a quick breather so that way I'll catch up by eating a meal and therefore start my journey again on Urano and finish things up. Once I'm done, then we can tackle on our favorite big problem. And I don't mean Big the Cat, I mean the hidden story, the other side. So, give me a moment for rest and I'll catch back.